For a child with skin like snow, lips like blood, and hair like ebony. Her wish was granted. She bore a daughter named Snow White. Tragically, the queen died shortly after. The king remarried a woman of breathtaking beauty, consumed by vanity. She possessed a magical mirror, daily asking, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" For years, the mirror replied, "You, my queen, are the fairest." But as Snow White blossomed, her radiant beauty surpassed the queen's. One fateful morning, the mirror's answer changed. "Queen, you are lovely, but Snow White is 1,000 times fairer than you." A searing jealousy ignited in the queen's heart. She commanded a kind huntsman to take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her, bringing back her heart as proof. The huntsman, unable to harm the innocent girl, tearfully urged Snow White to flee. To appease the queen, he slew a wild boar and presented its heart. Lost and terrified, Snow White wandered through the dense, whispering woods. Just as despair set in, she stumbled upon a charming tiny cottage. Inside, everything was miniature and orderly. 7 tiny plates, 7 little mugs, and 7 neatly made beds. Exhausted, she ate a little from each plate and, finding one bed, fell into a deep sleep. At dusk, the cottage's owners returned, 7 hard-working dwarfs. They were astonished to find a beautiful maiden asleep. Snow White awoke, startled, and tearfully recounted her harrowing tale. Moved by her plight, the dwarfs offered her shelter, but with one strict rule: she must never open the door to anyone while they were away. Back at the castle, the vain queen, believing Snow White dead, consulted her mirror. To her horror, it revealed the truth. Snow White, high in the mountains with the 7 dwarfs, is still 1,000 times fairer than you. Enraged, the queen vowed to finish the deed herself. Disguising herself as an old peddler, she journeyed to the cottage. Snow White, forgetting the warning, opened the door. The peddler offered a beautiful, intricately laced bodice. As the queen tightened the laces, Snow White gasped and fainted. The dwarfs returned just in time, cut the suffocating laces, and revived her. Undeterred, the queen tried again, disguised as a different old woman, offering a glittering poisoned comb. Snow White, again forgetting her promise, allowed the woman to comb her hair. The moment the comb touched her scalp, she fell unconscious. Once more, the dwarfs arrived, discovered the comb, pulled it out, and Snow White slowly came back to life. Finally, the queen crafted a magnificent, deadly apple. One side was pristine white, the other a tempting, vibrant red. Disguised as a farmer's wife, she approached the cottage. Snow White, wary, refused the apple. To prove it safe, the queen bit into the white side. Convinced, Snow White bit into the luscious red side. Instantly, the poison took hold, and she fell, seemingly dead. The dwarfs, finding Snow White lifeless, were inconsolable. They fashioned a magnificent glass coffin, adorned with gold, and placed her gently inside, carrying it to a peaceful forest hill. There, they kept a constant vigil, for she still looked as if she were merely sleeping. One day, a handsome prince, riding through the forest, saw the radiant maiden in the glass coffin. Captivated, he learned her tragic story and pleaded to take the coffin to his castle, promising to honor her. Reluctantly, the dwarfs agreed. As the prince's men carefully lifted the heavy coffin, one stumbled, causing a sudden jolt. The small poisoned piece of apple dislodged from Snow White's throat. With a gasp, she opened her eyes, alive once more. The prince, overjoyed, immediately asked for her hand in marriage. Snow White, her heart filled with gratitude, happily agreed. The dwarfs were welcomed as honored guests. News of the wedding reached the vain queen, who consulted her mirror one last time. Snow White, it declared, is now queen, and 1,000 times fairer than you. Overcome with rage, the queen attended the wedding in disguise. Upon seeing the radiant bride, she recognized Snow White and, consumed by her own evil, turned and fled, never to be seen again. Snow White and her prince lived a long, happy life, ruling their kingdom with kindness and wisdom. She never forgot the simple cottage habits, and he always remembered how quickly safety could turn to danger. The dwarfs visited often, their path between the forest hill and the grand palace, becoming a well-worn trail. And so, the tale concludes. Danger faced, deceit unmasked, and a life once lost, beautifully